Hi Nick, how you doing?
Very well. It's a Thursday. What's not to love?
I know, although people might be watching and listening to this on a different day of the week, who
It's
knows?
true. This is not one of those videos that you can only watch on a Thursday. It's general release, this video.
Well, we're going to be talking about thinking big today because in our 10 steps to a $10 million business, the first step is to think big.
It is.
And I thought it would be really useful to share how we started thinking big when we started Tricres together.
Yeah.
Because before that, we both had sort of consulting and training and coaching businesses where we both thought this is just going to be us forever. It's just going to be one person forever. And then,
yeah, and we were very successful at that in our own different things. But yeah, indeed.
and we decided to come together to build something really big and do something really that we could share with the whole world, actually.
Yeah.
And I wanted to share how we went through that process and what happened.
Yeah.
And it might be an idea to start in the coffee shop in a very small part of Edinburgh called Leith.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yes.
Do you remember the conversation and how it went?
Vaguely. That we were, well, I'm running around the world doing what I do, training, and you're running around doing what you're training. And we sort of realized that between us, we had an awful lot of material, an awful lot of stuff. But we were limited in that we could obviously only be one place at a time physically.
Yeah.
So maybe it was time to put that online and make the audience the world rather than just those people who were sitting in front of us.
Yeah. And I went away and I created a really big vision, which included eventually selling our business.
Yes.
And buying a yacht. And what did I get you for your birthday last year?
Last year, you got for me for my birthday tickets to the boat show in Southampton, which was last September 2019. And we went, didn't we? We met in Southampton and it was a glorious day weather-wise. It was an absolutely boiling hot day. And we went, and the boat show is full of boats of all kinds of sizes, but we didn't bother with anything little. We went straight to the big yachts, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And we were bold as brass, and there was the Princess yachts, and the other one the Sunseeker.
Yeah.
And we just walked up to the Sunseeker woman and said, "Hello, we'd like to come and walk around your yachts." She went, "Okay." And she asked you, "Why is that?" And you said, "Because I'm going to have one day."
Yes.
Now, if that isn't thinking big, and it wasn't, "I'd really like one of these." It was, "I'm going to have one, and I need to know which one I'm going to have." And we wandered around, and you decided, and you went, "This is the one. This is the one I'm going to have."
Definitely. And I found out how much it cost.
You did.
And I thought, right, great. Well, I know the size of business I need to build and sell in order to have the lifestyle that I want for my friends and family.
Yes.
And I've worked backwards from there. And this is what thinking big does for you. Now, that's not everybody's dream, and that's okay.
Of course not. No.
But most people, business owners, sit there and think, well, I can only have this, or, I can only have this. And they'll only think as big as what they think is realistic.
Yeah.
And actually, what I want to encourage business owners to do, it doesn't matter if you've not even started your business yet, is to think, what do I want for me, my family, my friends, my future, and how do I get what I want? And get really specific, actually. And this is what the Thinking Big program does. It drills down into the detail in how you want to be living, who you want to be working with, what kind of relationships you want, what kind of health you want. So it encompasses everything. And what I find that does is that when you hit hard times in your business, which you will, guaranteed.
Well, we're having one now, are we not?
Yeah, we are. Then this vision, once it's embedded, and the Thinking Big course really teaches you how to embed this, once it's embedded, nothing, not even a global pandemic, knocks you off course.
No,
Nothing.
it's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It really is, isn't it, Beck? It's akin to deciding that you are going to run a marathon.
Yes.
And that's an awful long distance, and particularly if you've never run before.
Yeah.
Right. But when it's a rainy, horrible day in February and you don't want to run, your vision of, let's say, if it's the London Marathon or the New York Marathon, your vision of you crossing that line will keep you powering on through those horrible training days in February. They really, really will. The vision. But if your vision is just, oh, well, I want to be able to run 2 miles, I would argue that that's not empowering enough. It's not. It's not big enough motivator.
Exactly, and that's what stops so many business owners keeping going, is because the vision isn't big enough to keep them going through those really hard times. And you know, it's a wonderful gift to be able to give people, actually.
Yes.
And that's why we're really passionate about sharing it online and with the live webinar as well. Only 12 people are going to be able to join me on that live webinar because it's quite intense, and I want to make sure they all get that vision that they really, really want to be going for.
Yes. Because as you say, it has to be thoroughly embedded. You know, I'm thinking of Dame Catherine Granger. Some people may have heard of, but she was a rower, an Olympic rower, and she had a vision of winning a gold medal. But in 3 Olympic games, 3, she came second.
Right.
She came second in 3. Imagine that. That's 12 years.
That's so annoying.
But she went again on that 4th Olympics, and she won it.
Yeah.
She won it. It was that kept her going. Is, no, I'm going to get back in a boat because I've only come second, so I'm going to do another 4 years of training. I think it was 4 Olympics. It might have been 3. But hey, even if it was twice she got silver, but that vision of winning that gold made her do that 3rd or 4th or whichever one it was. I mean, and she got there. But wow, goodness me.
She did.
You know, that's huge.
Wonderful. Right. Well, that's what we're doing for people. I've created a private Facebook group as well for people who are doing the Thinking Big online program and the live webinar to encourage and keep you going and get support from each other. So it's good to be able to share, Nick. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. I will crack on.
All right. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.